Switzerland. Switzerland. It's the dream. A world of impossible mountain peaks, emerald valleys, and clocks that run with perfect precision. It's a place so beautiful, so pristine, it almost feels like a movie set. But the fantasy they sell you in the brochures, it leaves out the fine print, the expensive, frustrating, and complex reality of what it actually costs to exist in this paradise. That Swiss mountain view from your hotel balcony? It could cost you more than your entire vacation budget before you even check into your room. And the worst part? The thing that will truly cause a budgetary avalanche isn't a single big purchase. It's a series of hidden traps, confusing choices, and unspoken rules that can bleed your wallet dry, turning your dream trip into a stressful exercise in damage control. Most people see the perfect mountains, the charming cities, and they just click book. But they've been sold a highlight reel. They haven't been warned about the financial vertigo that hits you the moment you try to buy a train ticket, or the sticker shock of a simple bottle of water. Today, we're pulling back the curtain. We're going to share the 5 critical secrets the glossy travel websites don't tell you. Knowing these won't just save you from making colossal mistakes, it will give you the keys to unlock this incredible country like a pro. So, before you spend a single franc, you need to hear this. If you're ready to travel smarter and unlock a side of Switzerland most tourists never see, make sure you're subscribed. Now, let's get started. So, the secret number 1 is the Swiss transfer trap, the price of perfection. All right, let's start with the biggest and most immediate shock to your system, the transfer trap. The world-famous Swiss travel system is a masterpiece of engineering. It's clean, it's punctual, it's a joy to ride. But for the unprepared tourist, it's also a financial minefield. And making the wrong choice here, on day 1, is a rookie mistake that can literally cost you hundreds, if not thousands of dollars. Imagine this. You've just landed in Zurich, you're buzzing with excitement. You walk up to the sleek SBB ticket machine to buy a ticket to your hotel in the mountains, maybe Interlaken. You tap the screen and a number pops up, 70 CHF. That's about $77 for a one-way, 2-hour trip. And that's just the beginning. The next day, you want to go up to a mountain peak, another 100, 150, even 200 francs. Suddenly, you realize that just moving around in Switzerland could cost more than your flight to get here. This is where the trap is set. The system is designed for locals who have yearly passes. For tourists, it presents a confusing array of options, and the most obvious ones are often the most expensive. You essentially have three main choices. First, point-to-point tickets. This is what we just talked about. You buy a ticket for every single journey you make. If you're only taking 1 or 2 short train rides your entire trip, this might be fine. For anyone else, this is financial suicide. Second, the famous Swiss Travel Pass. This is the all-inclusive option. You pay one hefty price up front for 3, 4, 6, 8, or 15 days, and you get unlimited travel on almost all trains, buses, and boats across the country. It also includes entry to over 500 museums. Sounds amazing, right? It can be. A 6-day pass costs around 450 CHF, or about $505. But here's the critical detail. While it gets you around the country, it often does not get you up the most famous mountains for free. For iconic excursions like the train to Jungfraujoch or the cable car to Schilthorn, the Swiss Travel Pass only gives you a discount, usually 25–50%. And when the full ticket price is over 200 CHF, a 25% discount is nice, but it's still a huge extra cost you probably weren't expecting. Then there's the third option, and this is the one most savvy travelers use, the half-fare card. This card costs 120 CHF, about $132, and is valid for a whole month. As the name suggests, it gives you a 50% discount on virtually everything. Every train, bus, boat, and most mountain cable cars and funiculars. So which one do you choose? This is where people get paralyzed and just buy the most expensive Swiss travel pass to be safe. Huge mistake. The solution is you have to do the math. Don't guess. Before your trip, create a simple spreadsheet. List every single train, boat, and mountain excursion you plan to take. Go to the SBB website or app, it's excellent, and look up the full point-to-point price for each journey. Add up the full price column. That's your baseline cost. Now, create a second column for the half-fare price. Add up that column and then add the 190 CHF cost of the half-fare card itself. Now you have two big numbers. Compare them to the flat cost of the Swiss Travel Pass for the duration of your trip. Whichever number is the lowest is your winner. 9 times out of 10, for anyone staying more than 3 days and planning to visit the mountains, the half-fare card will be the champion, saving you a fortune. Planning your itinerary first and spending 30 minutes on this spreadsheet is the single best thing you can do to avoid the transfer trap. It's the difference between a smart, controlled budget and a financial runaway train. Okay, now let's move to the secret number 2, grocery and dining sticker shock. You've successfully navigated the train system. You've arrived in a beautiful village and it's time for lunch. You wander into a simple, cozy-looking cafe, sit down, and open the menu. And that's when the second wave of financial vertigo hits you. A basic bowl of pasta, 28 CHF, but in American dollars is approximately $31. A cheeseburger, 35 CHF, $38. A pizza, 25 CHF, $27. Even a simple ham and cheese sandwich at a takeaway stand can easily run you 15 CHF, $16, $50. This isn't fine dining. This is the everyday reality of eating in Switzerland. The problem is twofold. First, Switzerland has one of the highest wage levels in the world, so service costs are high. Second, it's a landlocked, mountainous country that has to import a lot of its food, and it has strong protections for its local agriculture, which keeps prices high. The result is that a daily food budget that would be comfortable in Italy or France will barely cover breakfast here. For a family of 4, eating out 3 meals a day could genuinely cost you over $400–500 USD per day. It's simply not sustainable for most travelers. So, do you have to live on bread and water? Absolutely not. You just have to learn the biggest secret that locals live by. The solution is to embrace the Swiss supermarket. These aren't just grocery stores, they are your key to survival and, honestly, a fantastic cultural experience. The two giants are Coop and Migros. Forget everything you think you know about supermarket food. Here it's high quality, fresh, and incredibly diverse. Your first stop should be the bakery section. Fresh bread, croissants, and pastries for a fraction of the price of a cafe. Perfect for breakfast. Next, the cheese and cured meats counter. You are in Switzerland after all. Grab some local Gruyere, some Bündnerfleisch, fresh bread, and you have a world-class picnic for about 15 CHF that would have cost you 60 CHF on a restaurant platter. But here is the ultimate hack: the hot food and takeaway sections. Both Coop and Migros have Coop Restaurant or Migros Restaurant sections, which are high-quality buffets where you pay by weight. You can get a hot, delicious plate of roasted chicken, potatoes, and vegetables for around 15 to 20 CHF. They also have incredible takeaway stands with fresh sandwiches, salads, muesli, and even things like Thai curry or sushi, all at reasonable prices. Our strategy? We eat a simple breakfast from the supermarket bakery in our hotel room. We make lunch our main meal, either with a picnic of fresh ingredients or a hot meal from the Coop or Migros restaurant. Then for dinner, we might just have something light. By swapping just one restaurant meal a day with a supermarket meal, you will save over 70% on your food budget. It lets you save your money for 1 or 2 special restaurant experiences. All right, let's continue with the secret number 3, accommodation nightmares. You've sorted your transport, you've got your food strategy. Now, where are you going to sleep? This is secret number 3, the accommodation nightmare. In Switzerland, you quickly learn that a breathtaking view comes with a breathtaking price tag. The problem is that even basic, no-frills, 2-star hotels and popular destinations can cost upwards of $300 or $400 a night, especially during peak season. You might be picturing a charming chalet, but for that price, you could be getting a tiny room with a dated bathroom and a view of the building next door. Why? It's a simple case of supply and demand, and the premium placed on location. Everyone wants to stay in the heart of Zermatt with a Matterhorn view, or right in the center of Interlaken or Lucerne. The hotels know this, and they price their rooms accordingly. A hotel right next to the main train station can charge 50% more than one 10 minutes away. A room with a lake view can be $200 more per night than the exact same room on the other side of the hallway. You're paying for convenience and a photo, and the cost is astronomical. This is where so many travelers go wrong. They spend their entire accommodation budget to stay in a famous town, leaving them with no money for the actual activities they came to do. But the solution is surprisingly simple. Stay one town over. Instead of staying in the tourist-packed hub, look at the smaller, more authentic villages just 1 or 2 train stops away. And because you're now an expert on the Swiss travel system thanks to secret number 1, you know that a 10-minute train ride is effortless and with your pass already paid for. Let's take a real-world example. Everyone flocks to Grindelwald or Interlaken. But look at staying in a village like Wilderswil or Lauterbrunnen. You will find beautiful, family-run guest houses and small hotels for a fraction of the price. We're talking potentially $150 to $200 a night instead of $350, $400. You're not sacrificing the experience. You're enhancing it. You get to see what a real Swiss village feels like after the day trippers have gone home. You eat at local restaurants that aren't jacking up prices for tourists. And the money you save on just 2 nights of accommodation could literally pay for your half-fare card and a trip up a mountain. So when you're searching for hotels, open up a map. Find the famous town you want to visit, and then look at the villages along the train line leading to it. This simple shift in perspective will give you a better experience and save you a fortune. Okay, let's take a quick breath. So far, we've tackled the 3 biggest budget killers: transport, food, and lodging. If this is already changing how you're thinking about your trip to Switzerland, do me a quick favor and hit that like button below. It tells the YouTube algorithm that this is valuable information and helps other travelers find it. And I'm curious, for those who have been to Switzerland, what was your biggest sticker shock moment? Was it the trains, the food, or something else entirely? Let me know in the comments. I read all of them. All right, don't go anywhere. The next 2 secrets are the ones that separate the average tourist from a true travel pro. Okay, it's time for the secret number 4, the all-inclusive illusion. This next secret preys on our desire for convenience. You're planning your trip, and you see ads for all-inclusive day trips or city experience passes. It sounds perfect, right? One price, no stress, everything taken care of. But in Switzerland, the phrase all-inclusive is an illusion, and falling for this trap is a classic mistake. The secret is that what's not included is almost always the most expensive part. Let's look at a classic example. A Golden Circle tour to Mount Pilatus from Lucerne. A tour company might charge you 150 CHF, 165 for this package. It sounds reasonable. But when you read the fine print, you realize the package includes the bus to the base and the guide's time, but you still have to buy the actual ticket for the cogwheel train and the cable car yourself, which can be another 72 CHF. And if you have a half-fare card, that ticket would only be 36 CHF on your own anyway. You ended up paying a massive premium for a bus ride you could have taken yourself. It's the same with city passes. A Zurich Discovery Pass might include 10 museums, but if the one you really wanted to see, like the FIFA Museum, isn't on the list, you have to pay extra. The value proposition collapses. The problem is that these packages are built for maximum profit. They bundle the cheap, easy parts and often leave out the expensive main attraction. Or they bundle so many things together that it's impossible for you to use them all, making you feel like you got a deal when you actually overpaid. The solution is to become a detective and unbundle the package. Before you book any tour or package, do this 5-minute exercise. First, find the tour's official itinerary. Read the What's Included section, and more importantly, the What's Not Included section. Second, Open a new browser tab and price out each component individually. How much is the train ticket on the SBB app? How much is the entrance fee on the museum's official website? How much is the cable car on its own? Remember to apply your half-fare card discount if you have one. When you add up the individual pieces, you will almost always find that booking it yourself is significantly cheaper. It might take you 10 extra minutes of planning, but those 10 minutes could save you $50 or $100 per person. You're not paying for convenience. You're paying an ignorance tax. Be the detective, book direct, and pay the real price. And finally, the secret number 5 is the hidden local fees. You've made it to the end of your trip. You've been smart. You bought the right train pass, you ate at the supermarkets, you stayed in a lovely village, and you booked your own excursions. You go to check out of your hotel or apartment, feeling good about your budget. And then they hand you the final bill, and it's higher than you expected. This is the final secret, the sneakiest one of all. Death by 1,000 cuts from hidden local fees. These are small, mandatory, and often unspoken charges that can add up and leave a sour taste at the end of a beautiful trip. The most common one is the mandatory cur tax, or tourist tax. This is a nightly fee charged per person, and it's not usually included in the headline price you see on booking websites. It varies by canton, but it can be anywhere from 2 to 7 CHF per person, per night. For a family of 4 staying for 5 nights, that could be an extra 140 CHF, $154 you didn't budget for. Now, sometimes this tax provides a hidden benefit. In some towns, it includes a free local transport card, so be sure to ask. But it's a mandatory cost regardless. Then there are the apartment rental traps. If you're staying in an Airbnb, watch out for sky-high, mandatory final cleaning fees. And here's a truly Swiss example. In cities like Zurich, you are legally required to use special city-branded garbage bags called Zuri-Säcke. They are incredibly expensive. A roll can cost 20 CHF, and if your host doesn't provide them, you have to buy them yourself. Using a regular bag can result in a fine. It's a small detail, but it's a perfect example of a hidden cost that can frustrate you. Some restaurants might even charge you for tap water, or you'll see other small surcharges on your bills that you don't understand. The solution is to budget for the unknown and ask questions up front. When you're making your initial budget, after you've calculated everything, add a 10% contingency fund specifically for these hidden extras. It's better to have it and not need it than to be caught short, and more importantly, be proactive. When you check into your hotel or Airbnb, ask them directly. Besides the room rate, what other mandatory taxes or fees will be on my final bill? A good host will be transparent. This simple question removes the surprise and puts you back in control. It's the final step to ensuring your budget is truly bulletproof. So there you have it. The 5 secrets to visiting Switzerland. It's knowing the real cost is hidden in the complexity of the train system, and that a simple spreadsheet can save you a fortune. It's choosing to eat like a local at the amazing supermarkets, saving your money for the meals that truly matter. It's looking past the famous tourist hubs and discovering the charm of a village one train stop away. It's realizing that all-inclusive is often a marketing gimmick, and that booking direct is almost always smarter. And finally, it's about budgeting for those small, hidden fees so there are no surprises at the end. Switzerland can absolutely be the trip of a lifetime. It is a place of staggering natural beauty and incredible efficiency. But it can also be a frustrating and wildly expensive mistake if you go in unprepared. Now, you can look past the perfect pictures and plan a trip that's not just beautiful, but smart, authentic, and truly unforgettable. You can stand on that mountain peak, taking in that billion-dollar view, and the feeling will be even better, knowing you got there like a pro. Travel safe and travel smart. If you found this guide helpful and it saved you from a future financial headache, do us a huge favor and hit that like button. It really helps the channel out. For more travel secrets that save you money and help you see the world in a new way, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss what's next. Thanks for watching. Until next time, keep exploring.